Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developers. Play the classic Star Wars Battlefront games online and offline in this definitive collection. I think they put about as much effort into the game as they put into the words as well, guys. Anyway, here we are. These are the classics from way back, 2004, 2005. Brilliant games. Pretty defining games of their time, really. They were way ahead of their time. Some amazing game modes. Galactic Conquest was probably everybody's favourite. It was great, absolutely great. It was a brilliant single-player effort, but there was also, you could play, I think it was split screen on that in co-op, or multiplayer versus you could play. And to me, for £30, guys, which is what this game costs, I was pretty much expecting that to be on the PC version online. Because for 30 quid, you want something like that. I mean, let's not forget that these games still work and are still on Steam. I actually own them on Steam, and they still work. I could load up Star Wars Battlefront from 2004 now and work. It just works. So it just works. There is no reason whatsoever to buy the new games unless they were going to do something worthwhile, because it's 30 quid. So let's have a look at what they've done to the new games, the old games, to re-release them for £30. They've made them worse, guys. Essentially, they've made them worse. The games, the old games, weighed in it, the pair of them, 12 gig. That's how much storage, which was a lot back then. These, 60 gig. I can't say that with a straight face. 60 gig, guys. And what have they done? Pretty much nothing, really. They've upscaled the textures, which is why, without compressing them, by the way, which is why this is, you know, what the word on the street is, which is why it's 60 gig. But let's have a look at the actual gameplay. I'm not going to talk about the absolute mess of the launch, where they released 3 servers for 10,000 people. Yeah, that was a good move. People couldn't get in. Even now, you're still waiting around. It's still very buggy, but for me, the big problem is that there's no reason to buy this if you own the originals, unless you want to play multiplayer, of course, because the original servers are all dead now. So if you want to play this multiplayer, yeah, I guess that is a reason. But there's a few things you should know if you're going to do that. It's floaty. There's something off with the actual mouse controls in this. It doesn't feel right. Also, we've had a console port. This is a console port of a PC game. Well, it wasn't specifically a PC game when it came out, but they've used the console version to port it to the PC version. You can see with the UI. So we've actually got the console version of this, which is a problem because we can't invert the controls of the flight. So basically, it's inverted, which means that if you're using your mouse and you pull your mouse down, your spaceship will fly up. If you push the mouse forward, your spaceship will fly down. Now, some say that that's the proper way that it should be, but that's irrelevant. A lot of people, and I would wager the majority of people, have it so when you push your mouse up, the spaceship goes up. And you can't change that. You can't even go and edit an INI file or anything like that to change it. It doesn't have it. So you're screwed. I've just been constantly crashing my X-Wing into the ground because I'm like, oh yeah, I want to climb. Oh shit, no, that's the wrong way. Bang, dead. It's fucked up. It's like I say, it is literally worse. They've done so that I can't get over how lazy this is and how much of a cash grab that this feels like. You've got the games there, they're already on Steam, they work on Steam. What you have to do, upscale it, fine, bring it up to date, make sure the controls are slick, get your servers online. I mean, that was the fucking brief. That was all they had to do, and they fucked up. They fucked up at every stage because it looks blurry on some of the textures when you compare them, the way they've upscaled it. The servers are fucking awful, and you can't invert your flight on the actual game. And there's no Galactic Conquest Online mode, which I think they should have added, if at all possible. That would have been fab. In fact, that was the main thing that I was hoping that it had, and it just doesn't. So anyway, it's very, and 30 quid for it. Guys, this could have been a patch. This literally could have been a patch. for the original game. There's so much of a nothing burger here in terms of content. How dare they charge £30 for this? 30, I can't get my head around the fact that this is for what? Anyway, let's get on to some good bits from this. It's nice to see the full servers again on a game that I loved. It really is. But it like I say, it is floaty. I won't play it again. I'm done with it now. It's just not. It doesn't have the feel of the original. Like you said, you were going to get onto the good bits. All right, forget that. Single player Galactic Conquest. It just runs better. Oh, but then again, when you get in a spaceship, it's all inverted. So that's actually what. And as well as the lack of inverting, you can't select some of the options to upgrade your planets because it requires a controller, and it's because it's from the console port. So if you're using your mouse and keyboard, you have to plug a controller in to actually select certain things in Galactic Conquest, and then go back to your mouse and keyboard. So, yeah, mate, 30 quid, guys. 30 quid for 60 gig of your hard drive gone, floaty controls, laggy servers, no Galactic Conquest online, which I know the original wasn't online, but we could have had that. Inverted flight controls that are stuck. £30, please. A brilliant set of games here, loads of content in them. Really is a lot of content, but guys, you can buy the originals and get patches and mods that will bring it up to this standard, and it'll be better than this standard for a fraction of the cost. You can actually go and do that. All you're going to miss out on though is the servers, the server, because there's no multiplayer. So I guess the only people that are going to really benefit from this game is people who like inverted flight and want to play multiplayer. That's it. Or people who like inverted flight and want to play single player. It beggars belief that they just couldn't be fucking asked to just put that in and just say, there you go, there's your flight. I mean, it might come in at a patch. I don't think they will, guys, because, and this is just my opinion, but I just got the feeling when I played it that they didn't care. When I looked at the minimal amount of work that they put into this, that they just, you know, the way they launched it, 3 servers, there you go. The minimal, the bare minimal. It's just, I just get the feeling that they don't give a fuck. So I don't expect a patch fixing anything really. I think they'll just be right. There you go, that's that. Let's move on. Thanks for the money.